Hi, this is Fred Simino from ProfilProg.com, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Mr. Neal Morse. How are you doing?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Very, very good. You keep
Right.
yourself busy, eh?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah. I'm
awesome.
doing all kinds of stuff. Today, I'm actually working on a blues album for the Inner Circle.
Oh, yeah? Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. The November 11th Inner Circle release is like a this just I got together with some friends and recorded some blues tunes, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
So yeah,
awesome.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
Great. First, congratulations on your brand new album that's going to be released on November 11th. It's called The Similitude of a Dream.
Yeah,
Can you
you did
talk?
really well. You pronounced it
I
very
did, eh?
very well. Yeah.
I did practice a little bit. So can you describe because it's a concept album, can you describe it a little bit so our readers know like a little bit more what to expect?
Well, it's based on the uh, book from the 1600s called The Pilgrim's Progress. That's why it's called The Similitude of a Dream. We discovered that the original title for the book was not Pilgrim's Progress. It was something like The Pilgrim's Progress from this world to the next as given under the similitude of a dream or the likeness of a dream. So, uh, to put it in short terms, it's a spiritual journey, and we put it to a lot of music. So it's 2 hours or so of music on two discs, and yeah, we're really amazed at how it all turned out.
Yeah, it's over 100 minutes of music, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on two discs. Yeah, it's a double.
Yeah, awesome.
It's epic.
Epic.
Oh yeah.
Mike Portnoy has mentioned, and I quote, "This, I believe, is the album of my career, an absolute creative pinnacle of my collaboration with Neal Morse." And he also said this album can sit side by side with The Wall from Pink Floyd and Tommy by The Who. So what a statement, first of all. And how did you react after hearing these words from coming from Mike Portnoy?
Well, I was amazed. He said things like that right at the end of the sessions. He gathered us together and said, "Boys, I think we've made the album of our careers." And I was like, "Really?" uh, because it was a little bit of a whirlwind, no pun intended. Making this record was there was lot of struggle, and Mike was not so keen, to say the least, about it being a double album, and so we had kind of butted heads about that a little bit. I mean, I wasn't set on it. I saw his point. If you're gonna have a double album, it's really got to be worth it.
Hmm.
You know, Um, but Bill had said at the beginning that he would rather have it be two 45 or 50-minute discs than one 79-minute disc. So there was a lot of talk going on, and there was quite a bit of struggle surrounding it. So when Mike came out the other side and said the things that he said, I was just blown away. I still am. It's amazing.
But is he like adding pressure to a possible success or
Well, I don't know. Not for me.
no?
I mean, the album is what it is, and people are going to think what they think, and I hope that they're tremendously impacted by it. But of course, I always hope that.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
for me, it's not that different of an experience than the other concept albums that I've made. Um, for me personally, I think it's really great, and I think that it's probably going to have a tremendous impact out there. And I think a lot of that has to do with the addition of Bill and Eric.
Yeah, that's good. How did you two meet, like you and Mike Portnoy? How did you two meet, and how did it come possible for you guys to work together on common projects?
Well, the first thing that happened was he called me on the phone. It was really before there was so much internet communication, really. Um, about 97 or something like that. And he called me, and I thanked him for all the good press. It's the first thing I did because he was talking up Spock's beard so much at that time, and it was really helping us a lot. And we were just chatting, and he mentioned that he was interested in maybe doing a side project with me. And so we kicked around the idea of doing a side project for many years, and until we finally did. The original idea was that he wanted to do something with me and Jim Matheos from Fate's Warning.
Okay.
That never happened, but Transatlantic wound up happening. Obviously, I made the suggestion of Royna, and he made the suggestion of Pete, and we didn't actually physically meet until we met in the lobby of the studio in New York to make the first Transatlantic album.
Wow.
Yeah.
You and Mike, or you and the rest of the band, or like?
Me and Mike and the rest of the band.
Wow.
So the only person I had met was Royna. I'd met Royna at ProgFest in LA before that.
Yeah, because he's been extremely busy as well, eh?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like, you've worked with so many different musicians. You've worked with in so many projects, like your solo, Transatlantic, Flying Color. Like, when you're in the writing process, how do you? It's a hard question for me to ask, but how do you differentiate your writing style so the music doesn't sound like all the same in any of the project you're participating in?
Right. Well, a lot of that has to do with the other people in the projects. I bring my kind of thing. Then they bring all their stuff, and we throw it all into the pot, so to speak. So all the ingredients make the soup taste differently, you know. But Um, I try to think about the bands sometimes when I'm writing. You know, it's like, well, for example, we're getting together with Flying Colors in December to write, and I'm already thinking of, what would sound really good in Casey's voice, and
Yeah.
you just start thinking about Flying Colors, what would be good for that, and it can shape the way you think and the way you write.
Within your whole career, because it's been a while, what are you the most proud of?
Oh wow, what am I the most proud of in my music career?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know. I mean, I feel really good about almost all the records that we've made. With Spock's, with Transatlantic, with my own solo stuff, with the Neal Morse band stuff, with my pop stuff, my worship stuff. I don't know. I
There's not one
there's
particular.
things about all of it that I really enjoy. Um, what are my favorites? Let's see. My personal favorite Spock's Beard albums would be Beware of Darkness and Five. Partly because I love Beware of Darkness. I really like the mixes because of Kevin Gilbert's mixes. He only mixed 3 of the songs on there, but I really like them.
Okay.
Transatlantic, my favorites would be Bridge and Whirlwind. Um of my solo stuff, um, probably if I had to pick 2, I guess I'd pick one and this one. I'd probably pick one and Similitude.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really like Testimony, of course, and Sola and Question Mark. I really enjoyed playing those live last year, and Grand Experiment was great. Also. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to choose.
How would you compare making music back in the 90s and making music today in 2016? I mean, promotion wise, or the different tools you're using now, technology.
Well, I mean, I don't really work that differently. I record on a computer, and in the '90s, I recorded on ADATs. That's quite different. Um, on the ADATs, it was still tape, and so there was no undo. I mean, that's like frightening now if you think about it, because
Yeah.
now everything you do in recording you can undo.
Exactly.
But then once you push record, the old take was erased, and as far as promoting and things like that goes, I mean, obviously, social media is huge now and didn't exist then. Um, so you just move into these areas and do the best you can. Try and hire people that know what they're doing, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy all the new ways that people are communicating, and it's really cool. Immediately, you can share a picture or a video of something you're doing, and all these people from all over the planet can watch it, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Uh, can we expect a Morse Fest in 2017? And quickly tell us how it was to play the album Snow, like after writing it back in 2002. And if I recall correctly, you didn't even play it after 2002. So how was it?
It was great. I really enjoyed it. The Morse Fest performance was really great. The whole weekend, I actually really enjoyed the Storytellers night. On Friday night, we did this thing called Storytellers, and that was really special. And Morse Fest is kind of its own special experience. Um, and then 2 weeks later, we played it. We played it live at the Lorelei Festival, the night of the Prague Festival in Germany, and that was amazing. I mean, I might have personally, I think I enjoyed that performance more because it seemed like we were all kind of the band was a little loosened up.
Yeah.
It's quite a thing to learn all that material, have like 3 or 4 days of rehearsal, and then perform it once.
Yeah.
And it's all being filmed. This is going to be the DVD. This is it. You know, um, it's a challenge. It definitely was. It's hard not to feel the pressure
And
of that.
emotional as well?
What's that?
Was it emotional as well?
Oh yeah, yeah, it was. Um, I went outside before the Morsefest snow performance, and I went outside and cried a lot. I needed to kind of get some of it out, or else I wouldn't be able to get through the performance. It's a very emotional piece. It's a very
Yep.
deep piece, and also performing with Spock and everything, it was a pretty emotional thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the snow as a meaning, the story behind the Snow album as a meaning to you of your, I think your involvement in a church and helping. Can you?
Yeah, it was interesting. I was one of the things we do with our church is we go we volunteer at the mission downtown where they're
Yeah.
feeding homeless people. And as I was learning the album, I was down there, cleaning tables and helping the homeless people, and it was really interesting because the music was in my mind, and there I was. It was really cool, and it brought a new element, a new life to the current performances.
Yeah, that's great. I know it's going to be a very tough question to answer, but if you had to pick only one project, like Neal Morse band or Transatlantic or Flying Color, what would it be? Like if you were only down to one choice.
Oh man, well that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Um, Again, I don't like to compare or choose, but I suppose if you made me, I'd choose the Neal Morse band for sure. That's uh,
Do you
that's
do you still have? Do
that's
you
my
still?
favorite thing right now. I mean, because we're right, especially because we're right in the middle of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Do you still have time to listen to music? And if so, like, what was the last album you've listened to?
I think the last album that I listened to was well, it was actually something completely unknown that somebody sent me, and I really liked it. It was a guy named John Millay sent it, and my brother sent me his album, and I really liked it. It's kind of a Christian folk album. Um, Before that, yeah, mostly a lot of times I'm listening to the stuff that I'm about to release. Like I'm working on this blues album, so I listen to that. Other than that, I listened to John Mayer's "Born and Raised." I think would have been the last one. John Mayer.
John Mayer. Uh, Musically, what have you dreamed of but never really had a chance to achieve, or like, yeah,
Well, I'd love to do a performance or maybe a whole album with a real orchestra. I'd love to do something like I go see the Nashville Symphony all the time, and I would love to do something with the Nashville Symphony if there was ever an opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess last question, if like again, you've participated in so many projects. How many of them total do you think your name has been on, like on a CD or a DVD, or would you have a number?
My name on CDs or DVDs?
Okay,
Wow. Well, you want to count the Inner Circle releases?
Inner Circle, yeah, because that's many of them. That's like 6, 7 a year.
Yeah, that would be 6 releases a year, and it started in 2005.
Yeah,
So
that's like
that'd be
66.
60 or so. Yeah, 60 or 70 releases there. Oh, somewhere between probably 150 and 200, I would think. I mean, if you counted up everything.
Yeah, it's amazing though. Eh? Yeah,
Yeah, I guess it is, really.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mr. Morse, I thank you very much for accepting the invite on Profile.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna wish you the best with the Similitude of a Dream.
Thank
And
you.
I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to hearing it because there's high expectations. But I had a chance to listen to it a few times and I absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Great, great. Thank you, Fred.
Thanks, sir.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good one.